Okay, I'm in sort of panic slash shock mode right now. Um, I don't know if you guys saw the post that I shared yesterday on my Facebook page. It was a blog post by a user called, or her name is Vanessa, and her blog is called Wander Onwards, and her article was like 23 things to do before 23 instead of getting engaged, or something to that matter. And the tone of the blog post was a little, it wasn't meant to be taken completely seriously. It was satirical, it was humorous, but not a lot of people, a majority of people agreed with it and were like, yeah, right on, you go, find yourself before you get married, you go girl. But then a lot of people were kind of, were offended. I mean, people who had married young were offended by, this girl kind of stabbing at people who get married young. And while my belief is somewhere in the middle, um, I don't know. I'm just very, and I just got on Facebook and found out that someone I went to high school with and know is engaged, and I'm just like, oh my god, I'm panicking, and everyone is getting old, and all this stuff is happening. So I decided that I wanted to make my vlog for today in response to the kind of idea of getting engaged when you're young, and what I really think about it, which maybe some of you will agree with, or maybe not. I'm thinking, I'm scared. I don't really know who I am right now. Um, and at the same time, being scared and being alone and out on your own, you also would like to be with someone that you really care about and you can really relate to. So my opinion on getting married young is kind of, I don't want to do it. Okay, I support people who get engaged. I have no wow, what should I say? I have no credentials. I am not a bigger person to say, no, you should get married right out of high school. Because every single person is different. But this is the way I see it. I graduated high school this past spring, and I moved into college. The first time that I've ever really been on my own for my parents. Heck, I'm not even technically on my own. My parents are helping me, thankfully, I'm blessed, and my parents are helping me pay for college, so I'm not on my own. Like, I have no idea what it's like to be out on my own in the real world. So I feel like, in my opinion, this is strictly my opinion, I really want to be on my own for a good amount of time. Not on my own necessarily, as in single. I don't want to date anyone for 12 years. That's not what I mean. I don't want to be legally bound to some other person. I don't want to have to worry about, I don't know, living accommodations for two people and whether or not I should start to have kids and just certain things like that. I really want to travel, which, yes, you can do that when you're married to someone, but I want to travel purely for myself. I want to go and I want to learn things on my own. I want to be scared on my own. I want to learn a different language. I want to try delicious foods on my own. Yes, it'll be great to do that with someone when I'm 30 years old, 28 years old, maybe even. It would be great to do that with a boyfriend. I have a boyfriend. I've been dating him for almost 2 years. I don't love you any less, I promise, but I think that everyone deep down inside has things that they just need to do by themselves. And I really want to make sure that I experience as much as I can on my own, without my parents, without a husband, before I settle down, because I think, because of the kind of person I am, like, I'm just saying, this is strictly me, I feel like I will not be a good enough parent unless I experience as much of the world as I can without really limiting myself, without being committed, being legally and religiously committed to another human being. Um, so yeah, when I give advice to my kids, I just want to be able to raise my family in the best way possible. And I think that the more cultures I can immerse myself in, the more things I can try on my own, the more times I spend crying by myself, the more times I spend being really happy for myself, by myself, I think that I will get the most out of a living situation like that. I'm not saying I don't want anyone to celebrate things with me. I'm not saying that I only do things for myself. I consider myself a pretty giving person. I like to think I am, at least. So I'm not saying I don't want any romantic contact with anyone. I don't want anyone to interfere with my progress. I just feel like a lot of people, this is for a number of reasons, not just getting married, but social media, you know, just social media and committing yourself to people. It's like, where is time for you? Where is your me time? Because getting on Twitter isn't me time. That's free time, as I would like to call it. And free time and me time aren't the same things. So what I really want to do is just make sure I have plenty of time for myself to grow as a human being before I start bringing other people into the world. I hope I didn't offend anyone by this. I didn't mean to at all. I'm just kind of freaking out because I've never really, like, I don't know, people my age are getting married and having kids. That's fine. I mean, you can do whatever you want. But I'm just trying to keep sane right now and keep telling myself everything's going to be okay. So for those of you who are kind of wandering and you don't really know what you should be feeling at this stage in your life, and if you're in college or even just out of college, don't freak out. Everything will be fine. You have plenty of time to get married. You spend 18 years with your parents. You need to give yourself some time before you commit to someone else, in my opinion. In my opinion. So, to those of you who are engaged, married, having kids, I say congratulations. That has to be a really, really great feeling that you are starting a new portion of your life with someone that you're going to be with forever. I think that's really magical. So congratulations, but I can't say that I'm not scared for myself right now. So I'm going to go and I'm going to have some pork and sauerkraut and celebrate the new year. And yeah, thanks for watching. Bye guys.